Everybody, good afternoon. Greetings, peace, and love and joy. I greet you wherever you are this afternoon in peace and love and joy, prosperity, all the good, godly things. Okay, people? All the good, godly things. We are going to continue with the last video I done. This is going to be part 2 of the pastor's testimony. Well, I don't know if it's to call it a testimony. I think it's a confession. It's a confession. It's the pastor's confession. But I was telling you all, I once had a close encounter with a pastor story as well. Because, you know, as I told you all, we came from broken homes. And I don't want to go deep in the story, but I will tell you all a little bit because it does concern my story. And I promise to keep this channel transparent because my own children will be coming up and will be seeing these things. And this is my spiritual mission. So I promise to be transparent. One of my siblings was connected to a so-called pastor in Trinidad and Tobago. And I will name people because I haven't been to any court. And once you are standing in God and you know your assignment and you are carrying out your assignment and that assignment is with God, there is no force upon the earth that can compare to the force of God. So I am moving with strength and braveness, with the knowledge and the information that I have. The spirit within me wants me to release the information, all of it, because it's a lot of information, you know, that I have gathered throughout the years concerning these stories of witchcraft, these demonic stuff. And as I told you all, from age 6, I was traumatized daily with these spiritual things. And as I grow older, and I started studying the Word of God, I realized this is my calling. This is my spiritual calling. And I promise to carry out my assignment because I know I'm walking and my assignment is of God. So, as I said in previous videos, this assignment, it might not be carrying out the way that everybody may like it. But I don't care who like it and who don't like it. I know my duty is to carry out my assignment, to understand my assignment and to get that done. And that's what I am doing here. So, as I said, I was connected to this story because I have a sibling. As I told you all, we came from a broken home, being abused and so on. So one of my siblings, she found help in God. So she ran to a church. And this is how she buck up on this evil. We call him Dr. Evil because he called his name. He have a doctor before his name. But I told my sister, when I've been telling my sister a long time ago, darling, that man is not real. He is fake. I was trying to wake my sister up. But you know, people, when you have family members in these cults, it is very hard to get them out. I was trying to wake my sister up. My sister cursed me using the words that this pastor of hers used to use. And she called me a Jenny ass. I never ever forgot the words she used for me. She called me a Jenny ass. Because at that time, this is one of the words that her pastor used to use upon the altar that this pastor I have before you here. In a minute, I will show you what it is he's stepping on in a minute. But let's go slowly. Let's go slowly. Let's go slowly. You see, God do not use everybody the same way. He might have some of us in jacket and ties. He might have some of us in the bush with some dreadlocks. He is still using the man in the bush with the dreadlocks. And God, if you know anything about God and you've been studying the Word of God, you realize he like the crazy people like myself. He like the ones who cannot talk properly and the stammers a bit. He like to take people like me, the crazy ones, the ones who they think is nobody, and he will make them somebody. Because why? Once you are dwelling within him, it is he who is going to give you knowledge and strength and power and the information that you need to shine. So don't worry what people think, because if you look back at the scriptures, you would see Moses had a problem. He was scared and he had a problem to talk. If you look back, you would look back and you would see majority of them, they were timid people. They had a problem to talk. They didn't want to go out there in the spotlight. And I am one of those. I never wanted to come out in the spotlight. But since these people came for my life, when my life was threatened by this witchcraft and I lie in my bed, paralyzed for days, I had to come out. I had to come out because God is what saved my life. So I had to come out and do what I have to do. Now, as I said, when I used to be telling my sister, this man is not real, she would curse me and call me a Jenny ass. In the end, the very same man would take my sister to court in the country of Trinidad and Tobago, and I will show you all piece by piece the information from the courthouse, and I would also show you all piece by piece the information from my Facebook page. We will go on my Facebook and we will show you all this man, his wall, his Facebook wall, what he was doing to my sister around the time, trying to intimidate her. But she was very strong. I must give her that. She was very strong. She continued and she fought on her own. She was fighting on her own. When I realized I was fighting my own battles on the other end in England, she was fighting in Trinidad, and I was fighting my own battles here in England, spiritual things again. So I hope my sister eyes is open now and she can see the calling that God have called her to do. And she don't fall asleep on the mission at all. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. Stay awake and continue the journey, because it is not over. So anyway, she was in Trinidad fighting her dramas, and I was in England fighting with the witch doctor. I was dealing with a witch doctor, an ex-man of mine. So I was living with this man. I didn't even know the man was a witch doctor. But I was fighting my own fight here. But the only thing I could have done at that time, because the pastor, this pastor I have before you, he take half of the church, my people, half of the church, if not all the church. And they all went to the courthouse. So it was like an army of them. And I tell you, the word of God is so true. It was like an army of them at the courthouse against one ex-member. This person was a member of them, yeah? So it is something. Once he and my sister had their differences, everybody was meant to ex-member her. So she became an ex-member. She became the enemy. So all of them went to the courthouse, my people, and she was on her own. All I could have done, because as I said, I was fighting my own battle on this side in England. So all I could have done at that time was to do a video. That video went viral. Thank God for whoever sent it viral. I appreciate that video went viral. And I explained everything in that video. I said exactly why that man was after my sister, because he wanted to sleep with everybody in the house, people. The man, and I was telling my sister all these things. I was not even living in the house. But when I realized that, you know, this man is dragging my sister to court and he's trying to get all the members in the church to go against my sister, I said and he's always in Nigeria. I said, my sister, spiritual, serious witchcraft, spiritual, heavy witchcraft you're dealing with, my love. Real. She started telling me about the deaths in the church, how many people die, how many people have miscarriages, how they do marriages in the night, midnight. But as soon as one of the partners, one of the members, you know, they will marry member to member. But soon as somebody start waking up in the partnership, as soon as one of the partners starts waking up, they would encourage the other partner to divorce that partner. And then at midnight, 3 o'clock in the morning, they having marriage going on in church and marrying other. It's crazy stuff, people. But I like receipts. You all know I like receipts. So I'm going to pull up a lot of the receipts that I have on the Mr. Pastor. And then we're going to go into part. We're going to have to do this in many parts. We will get about 10 parts in these, because it's going to be long, a bit long. I'm trying to do them as short as possible, but it's going to be a little bit, we're going to have to do them in parts. I'll try to do them half an hour, so we can get maybe about 6 parts in these. And let me get this information out, especially for my Trinidad brothers and sisters, they need to know the information and to be alert, because a lot of these pastors and them from third world countries, instead they try to help the people come out of poverty. They put our people in more poverty. They go to Nigeria, Ghana, all these places deep in Africa, and they, deal and do some serious high-class science, Illuminati, witchcraft, obia, wizardry nonsense. And then the people fool up their ass, have them drinking blood and all kind of nonsense over there. The devil get the agents to give them all kind of thing to do. Some of them have to have sex with man. Some of them have to have sex with dog. Some of them have to have sex with mad people. Some of them got to bring dead baby head for them. Some of them have to kill their children. Some of them have to sleep with their own daughter. Some of the most dirty, filthiest thing you can think. This is what these people does have to do. So when they finish do that stinking, nasty, dirty stuff over there, and they do their rituals, when they come back down to Trinidad or to whatever hungry country they're coming to, I'm saying after Trump, right? Trump said that we're shithole country, all these countries. When they go back down to the shithole countries, they carry the shit that they was forced to drink over. So they carry it back down to the so-called churches. It's not really church, people. It's shrines, obia houses. But it's just decorated as a church, but it's obia houses. These people doing some serious witchcraft. Now, it's so much things I have to tell you all. That's why I will have to put them in pieces. I'll have to put this as part 2. I think I would leave the last bit of information where I need to go up on Facebook. Let's see if we can do that now. I want to go up on Facebook and go up on Facebook and pull up this man page for y'all. First, let me show y'all that this is his page. I like receipts, people. Let me show y'all this is the man page, right? He tagged himself and 20 others in this post. And he say he's trampling upon false doctrine with his feet in Grenada. So let us see what is that false doctrine he's trampling upon with his feet in Grenada. These are the rituals. These are rituals that the satanic people just give them to do. This is the Holy Bible that he is trampling upon there with his feet. But we will go upon Facebook where we will get these pictures clearer. Let me show you what I got here on the screen. Let's see what we got here on the screen. And then we go in on the other screen, right, people? Because the other screen is much clearer. So y'all could read. And these are things that was on this man's page. Yeah, this is their page, their prophetic mission secretariat. This is their page, people. So people who have spiritual eyes and ears, y'all will see and hear and read. Who have spiritual eyes and see. And this is his wall where they should be sharing the gospel and trying to win souls for Christ. But instead, it's bacchanal. Or in Trinidad, we call it bacchanal. But, we in the UK, we call it drama and confusion. Just drama and confusion. Now, y'all can read. And every day, this man used to torment my sister and try to scare her. When she had the court matter, when he was threatening her to shut him out and stop telling people about all them children were dying and stuff, all the people, the marriages were going 3 o'clock in the morning, all the people, they were going and threatened, they were threatening people because, my sister was a member, she was part of it. They were, if they didn't get their way with somebody, they would come to your house and threaten you. They would send people to threaten you. There was one guy, so much stories to tell you, people. But during that time when the court case was going on, there was this one guy who was supporting my sister. And this one guy, he had a good job in Trinidad. I think he was working for the government. WASA was something he was working for, right? People, he had a good job, good position job. Man, they firebombed the man's house. Well, this man, he had a wife a year, and he was cheating on the wife with one of the so-called pastor, one of the pastor workers. And when I tell you this bacchanal, drama people is bacchanal. So the man who was working Wassa, the man wanted, he had a wife, but he put the wife in a corner, people, you know, right? And he wanted a piece of meat he see in the church, working for the pastor. But the pastor also wanted to eat that meat, if you know what I mean, people. So people, boys and girls, it was drama. But when you see these pastors doing, these people, when God say by their fruits you shall know them, these are the fruits God is talking about. These are the fruits God is talking about. When you see pastor have his wife and he been married 5 times before, and then pastor have a wife now, and still pastor name calling, sleeping with the workers. Come on, that is fruits, people. That is fruits. Everybody can't be lying, okay? You all need to open your eye and see the truth. But I do understand why many of people, us, when I say us, I'm talking about everybody. I do understand why many are asleep, because you are bewitched. They have put stuff in food and give you without your knowledge. They have put stuff in oils and give you without your knowledge, telling you it's holy oil. You can buy your olive oil and you can make your olive oil holy yourself. Hold it up to the sky and pray to God yourself and anoint it yourself. You do not need nobody to do it for you, because you alone, you know the sins that you're committing. You know what you are doing. Why would you trust somebody else instead of trusting yourself? Why do you trust their anointing oil instead of going to make your own anointing oil? Some of these anointing oil they're giving y'all, it is coming deep from Nigeria and Ghana, from some dead people that has washed dead people. They take the dead people water and they create these damn oils and stuff to give y'all, and they call it what? Holy oil and all this anointing oil. It's not anointing, it's the opposite of anointing. When you use these things, you invite spirits in your home, spirits in your children's life. You start see that your children is going to school. Nobody likes your children getting bad grades. Your children having all kind of problems. Your husband leaving and going out all the time. Everything was good. These people, you do not collect their stuff, their portions. If you only know what some of them is doing, it's worse than me and you. It is worse than me and you. Many of y'all who is following what some of these people is doing, eyes and ears and mouth cannot say what some of them is doing, because it's dirty and horrible. The devil, when they go for the devil's power, they have to do some very dirty stuff, people. Very dirty stuff. He actually takes their soul and spirit out of them, you know. Makes them drink blood, make a man sleep with a man, make a man sleep with a dog, all sorts of terrible, horrible, filthy things. That's the type of power they get in. I rather stand where I'm standing and get bullets and get out of here. You know, collect shots, stand in God and die in God, whatever happened, than to go through that nonsense, because the stuff these people just have to do. But when they want the power and stuff, well, of course, they will go ahead. But people, it's time we stay awake. Let me show you all some more. So as you all can see, this was in Grenada, it labeled. Let's continue. I showed you all this. This is another good read for you all to read. I think in this speech, he was calling the people in Trinidad stupid, I think. You know, I blaze his tail before I use... The thing about it, where these people, they are so stupid and stuff, yeah? When you're dealing with God, you are always a step ahead. And the devil, he always sets them up. All the information I'm showing you all here is on this man's page. You know? All the information I'm showing you all is on his page. And we're analyzing this video. This is public information. This is public knowledge. It's on public national, you know, media. And we are analyzing this. And I am showing my people in Trinidad and Tobago how you can spot a false agent, how you can see right through them, and why is the reason they love to go to Nigeria and Ghana. Let's see if we can read here. So people, you all can read. Then the Lord added more history over and over again. What Lord are they talking about, people? That's where you have to ask yourself. Not everybody say Lord, Lord mean Lord, Lord. All your Bible tells you that as well. So let's continue. Then the Lord added more history over and over again. Sometimes the master of ceremonies would mention the name Dr. Rogers in their speech. Then came the final speech from the king ambassador, who is the king over the Ashanti kingdom and over all chief. His palace is Kumasi. Dr. Rogers was being escorted to greet him by the king high-ranking official. Preferred to go and greet another humble man like himself. And held his hand for long while the media took historic photos. Let's see the historic photos, people. Historic photos. You see how they fool you people in Trinidad? This is somewhere down in the bush in Africa and stuff. The man went and he had his renewal of his covenants down in the bush. Drink up some herbs and stuff. Whatever portion they mix and give you to drink. People, open all your eyes. Open all your eyes. Open all your eyes, people. This was him trying to threaten me, but you know, in my mouth, he can't threaten me. As far as I'm concerned, I've dealt with better devils than that. This was me here. He was throwing this for some time ago. He said, brethren, please pray for our enemies, but give thanks to God on our behalf, because with 69 days, we will be very busy heading to the banks. Imagine. A pastor of God, people. You do the work. I'm analyzing for y'all. Hey, I'm analyzing. Yes, I'm analyzing this public video on the media. So, y'all do the maths. Do you think that is a real pastor? Oh, yeah. He was heading to the commercial bank. He thought he would get that X amount of millions from my sister. But people, my sister didn't have a dime. She ended up had to fly out and hit America. She didn't have a dime. No, y'all can read this. It's a whole pack of nonsense, people. Just basically praising himself, glorifying himself, worshiping himself, and trying to get the people who is following him to see him as that king, as that, you know, he been trying to put himself in this power, trying to glorify himself, trying to make himself powerful, you know. Heading to trying his best. But God is not easy. God uses, when God tell you to do what God tell you to do, you have to do. You know, I'm just obedient. I'm following the word of God, and I'm just obedient. You know, I'm just obedient. So y'all can read and stuff. It's not that Natalie cannot read, but as I said, it's BS. Complete BS. So the man just glorifying himself and stuff, just complete BS. Y'all can read, y'all can press pause and y'all in and read that nonsense. Christian Mafia, some kind of Christian Mafia nonsense he was talking about there. Christian Mafia. It's just, if you read them, you would see it's just one set of threats. Glorifying himself. Threats to anybody. Threats to everybody. This was another threat here. Another threat, and he was talking to the Sunshine newspapers because there was a newspaper, a very known guy. I think his name was, is it Mr. Warner? I think so. I think it was Mr. Warner was his name. But he was the Sunshine newspaper tabloid. Let's read, people. Dancing with glee. Let's see the dancing. Oh, let's see the dancing with glee, right? Okay, let's read. When the Sunshine newspaper tabloid, together with Sophia Rhonda Carter, that's my sister name, you know, I love my name Carter, so I stand by it anyway, anytime, any day. So, yeah, that's my sibling he was talking about there. So he goes, let me start over. When the Sunshine newspaper tabloid, together with Sophia Rhonda Carter, Kenrick Pudam, you see, Kenrick Pudom was the man who was working. I think Kenrick Pudom was working with Wassa. He had a damn good job. And he had a wife too. Kenrick Pudom, that man had a wife, but he was cheating on his wife with a girl named Diana, people. Diana. Yes. All you know, let me tell you something. You see the spiritual kingdom? Spiritual kingdom is a lot of drama. Your whole Bible is drama. Seriously. So you see many of the fake Christians say, oh, it's too much drama. They don't want to know and stuff. That's them. Let them stay quiet over so. But for some of us, we want to know what's going on. Because if you look at the scriptures as well, the Bible, you would see it's drama. This one sleep with get the father drunk, sleep with the father. You see Joseph, his brothers, they were envious. They wanted to kill him. You would see David, he had 7 wives, and he's still going and put the man in the front line and make the man dead and go on with the man's wife. I think she was Bathsheba. You would see many stories. And it's all a lot of drama, but within the drama, you must see the information. You must get the truth within the drama. You must get a lesson within the drama, okay, people? So, my stories here, yes, it's a bit, I just try to make it funny and make it interesting for you all as well. But I hope you all take the lessons from within. I hope your all eyes are open and all you're seeing and understanding what's going on. So yes, as I said, I did try to tell all you this story earlier on. When I was telling you all the story, I said, you know, it was a lot of drama in the church. The man was walking Wassa. Look, I find the man name here now. Kenrick Pudom. Kenrick Pudom. He was the man who was walking Wassa. And he wanted to sleep with the, not I don't know if he did hit, I'm just saying why I know, yeah, I don't know whether he did hit, he didn't hit, but he was spending a lot of money on Diana. He wanted Diana bad. He helped Diana to get house and all kind of thing, people. Because Pudom was living with his wife and he had a big house. Well, when Pudom get involved, Pudom realized he cannot get the little pom-pom because the pastor want to eat a piece of the pom-pom too. Even though the pastor was like David. The pastor was eating all sorts of pom-pom. The pastor married about 5 times before. He have a nice young wife, but pastor still want to eat the pom-pom in the house. The staff own. Yes. So that is why pastor and Pudom had big problem because Pudom find you a greedy man. I only have one home there. You done eating about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me have another one. Make it 2 now. You have play. So he didn't like that. Man, Pudom start exposing the man as well. That's how Pudom joined with my sister and start exposing the man. Next thing you know, people, this make news on Trinidad. I got the video still on one of my wall and them. This make news. Next thing you know, they tell Pudom had threats and they threatened the Pudom man. Next thing you know, Pudom house was firebomb. In Trinidad and Tobago, fire hit Pudom house. Fire hit Pudom house. Pudom had was to back and stay quiet. But sometimes, you know why? Sometimes when people are fighting for God and stuff, what I've come to realize, when you are doing this battle and stuff and you're trying to expose evil, your hands need to be clean. Otherwise, evil cannot fight evil. Pudom was breaking laws. Pudom had a wife. So that is why Pudom did not succeed. I have realized that because I have gone against a few of these evil, you know what? Evil, you know what? And I have been successful. I've defeated them because I've been standing in God. And I have come to realize that people who get battered or get bruised while you are fighting with these people badly, you get damaged badly, is because your life is not clean. You cannot be doing fornication and stuff and be fighting these battles. You have to be living a clean life. You must be in prayers and fasting at all times, most times, in order to be successful at these battles. These is no easy battles to be fighting. That is why maybe it went very quiet, because, you know, Pudom and them, Pudom get firebombed, and he had was to stay quiet. Now let's continue from Pudom. He said when these Sunshine newspapers, tabloid, together with Sapphire and anybody, he joined them all together because this, even the newspapers, some people done an interview, some young lady had done an interview. He intimidated them as well with threats and intimidation. You understand? That's why God is using a mad woman from far away what nobody knows to expose and to show some of the Trinidad people. And I know Trinidad, they love to gossip. We like to talk. So Trinidad people, once 1, 2, 3, 4 people see it, 100,000 go see it. And in the end, the whole of Trinidad will know it. You know, many people have reached out to us for interview and stuff. So we know the matter is not asleep. People have reached out to me for interview and stuff. But, you know, I had many things dealing with people. So let's continue. So the Sunshine newspaper tabloid together with Sapphire, Rhonda Carter, Kenrick Pudom, and Sapphire and Stephanie Arson, 91.9 FM, and also reality TV show. That's the TV show what I'm telling you all about, who they as well. The fame, Her Majesty, what is it? H-E. I don't know what H-E mean. H-E, Dr. Rogers, and PMI. The Christian church in Trinidad and Tobago remains silent. Actually, they are dancing with glee because it is well known that envy and hate, they envy and hate him because of his gifting. What gifting? Those gifting he gets in Nigeria, in them shrines, in the backyard of them dirty shrines. What giftings? What giftings was he talking about? You see what I mean, people? You see how they does expose themselves? If you are spiritual and your eyes are open, you don't have to go and take a pin to stick these people in. No. These people does expose themselves. When this man was after my sister and taking my sister to court, one day I was always in prayers and fasting mode. So a day my spirit said to me, Natalie, go up on Facebook, go on this man wall and search through this man wall to get a feel of the man, to see who he is. When I get all this information I'm showing y'all from his wall. And I'm reading it for y'all. And I'm showing y'all the proof from his wall so that y'all can do your homework. Y'all can sit down and examine yourself. Because when these people do like a Jim Jones style on y'all tail and give all you some poison the whole congregation, y'all would not be able to blame anybody because people are trying to wake y'all up. And people are just so blind. Let's read this a second time, what this man is saying here, people. Let's read it a second time and let me put it as big as we can so that y'all can see I am not making up these things. Dancing with glee. When the Sunshine newspaper tabloid together with Sapphire Rhonda Carter, Kenrick Pudom, and Stephanie Arson. I will tell you who's Stephanie Arson in a minute. 91.9 FM and also reality TV show, The Fame, the H.E., Dr. Rogers, and PMI. The Christian churches, in Trinidad and Tobago remain silent. Yes, they should remain blood clot silent because they're not stupid. Not all of them stupid. None of all of them drank blood and done these filthy things. Trinidad is a praying country. We got good praying people in Trinidad. And they concede through the nonsense. Let's continue. Actually, they are dancing with glee. Because it is well known that they envy and hate him because of his gifting. People, the man have no gifting. The gifting comes from a shrine in Nigeria. A dirty shrine. I will show y'all. We'll continue in part 3. In part 3, I will continue the confession of the pastor in part 3. Because we don't want the videos to be too long. So I will continue the and in part 3 I think I need to show you all that stuff. So yes, in part 3 we'll continue the confession of the pastors. Let's give you all the receipts. Not just all the receipts though, but some of the receipts. These people just expose themselves. I think I'm a spiritual CID. Let's examine, people. Let's examine and analyze. This is him again, boasting about himself and telling you all about the Lord made more history. I don't know what Lord made him the more history. He said the Lord made more history. Over and over again. Sometimes the master of ceremonies would mention the name Dr. Rogers in their speech. Then came the final speech from the King Ambassador. Hi, I think we've read this already. BS, people. I'll go get all you a nice clear picture of that nonsense. Let's read what this person put here. Somebody had wrote, and I tried to expose them again here. You know, this person said, Joe Leslie Rogers has been a schemer since the 80s. He destroyed my mother and father marriage. He was demon-possessed and still is. He was never fully delivered. He advised my mother to leave my father. She ended up staying at my family place in Gasperillo. I'm from Gasperillo. I used to play netball for Gasperillo Composite against Mayo. Yep. And Bonaventure. Yes, I was a good netball player, goal shoot. That was my position. Natalie Carter, many of all you know me from Trinidad, Gasperillo. Big up Gasperillo. Let's start over, people. Oh, let's continue from Gasperillo. Then he had... Let's start over because I don't want to confuse you all. Let's start over what this woman have to say. Big up to Gasperillo, all the Gasperillo posse. Trinidad Gasperillo. Yes, let's continue. Joe Leslie Rogers has been a schemer since the 80s. He destroyed my mother and father's marriage. He was a demon-possessed and still is. He was never fully delivered. He advised my mother to leave my father. She ended up staying at his family place in Gasperillo. Then he had her living in a house with another woman. He impregnated these two women at the same time, and they had sons in the same year. He married the other woman because he could not marry my mom, because she was already married to my dad. I say to you all that this man is a false prophet. That is true. Whoever you are, I agree. Now let's continue. And if he doesn't repent, he will go to hell. You shall know a man by his fruit. Amen. Amen. Well done, Mrs. Suburu. 2 years ago, Miss or Mr. Suburu, whoever you are. Well done. You say the truth, girl. Whoever you are, boy, girl, you say the truth. He is a false prophet. Yes, and you shall know them by their fruits. You say the truth there. You ain't tell no lie. You say the truth there. Yes, you shall know them by their fruit. Look at fruit here. Look at the fruit here. Look at some of the fruit here. There's many, many fruits. And the thing with he does expose the fruits. He is like, when I tell all you, he deserves an award for the donkey pastor we go in Trinidad. The biggest donkey pastor we have in Trinidad is this man. He deserves an award for that. You know, I would personally create an award for him somewhere as we go along in this channel, and we would send him anonymously an award for being the biggest donkey pastor we go in Trinidad and Tobago. I haven't seen another one so brave and so stupid at the same time, because this man does expose himself. All this information is on his wall. Blessings come in many ways. You see how the devil does fool them, people? You see how the devil does fool his agents? You see how when you're riding with the devil, how he does have them thinking? A man of God, a true man of God, will never think like this. Listen now. Blessings come in many ways. I understand that early this morning, someone went viral mentioning my name. People, you see how I just tell the truth? That is the video I done when I realized this man had my sister name, dragging my sister to court with all these, he and half of the church, or 3/400 of them in the church. The amount of them against one individual. We will come across a picture where they were all standing at the front of the courthouse in Trinidad and Tobago. These things, this man had no shame. This man put these things on his wall because he thought he was achieving something. But God was just setting him up by exposing him, making him expose himself. God was setting him up. God was allowing him to show exactly who he is, so the people could see the fruits of this man. God was exposed. This is how people, you all need to understand and see things for what it is. Too many people are asleep. God was exposing the man to show y'all what this man carrying in his belly. But instead, the people remain asleep. But as I say, I don't vex with the people, because many of these people, they have eaten, they have gone to feast at the people place. You know, these people that like to have feast in the church and feed up the people in the church. Especially when they like to go back and forth to Africa, Ghana, and Nigeria. They love to feed up the church. They like to have different festivals. That is so that they can put the blood and the certain nastiness inside the food to bewitch the people. So a lot of the people is bewitched because of that. Those ones who greedy, the ones who greedy, and poverty. Poverty is a bad thing. I've been in poverty myself. And around the time I was bewitched by my ex-man, the wizard from Ghana, I can tell you poverty is a bad thing. Because when you're poor, you will take bread from your enemy. You understand? When you are poor and your enemy give you a bread, you will say, take it from them and say, thank God. God bless you, not knowing that is a viper. It's an enemy. You understand? Poverty is not a good thing neither. So people, I want my people in Trinidad and Tobago to wake up Trinidad. So let's read again. We are analyzing this man wording, and I'm going to show you all who is clever. I don't need to say much for the ones who are clever. This is a pastor, yeah? This is a pastor. Let's read what this pastor who took my sister to court for defamation, and claiming he's a good pastor, yeah? Because that's why he's suing defamation, because all what the things what she see and she talk, he is saying that she didn't see and she didn't see. So me, I could talk because I'm analyzing that which has already gone to blood-clad court, and it's on the media now. And I'm analyzing what's on the media now and has already gone to court. Natalie know the law too. Natalie not stupid. So let them try to fight me spiritually, because they can't come for me in these ways. You know, they can't, because this is public knowledge on the media. Let's continue. He said, blessings come in many ways. I understand that early this morning, someone went viral mentioning my name. They said that the woman resides in London. That's Natalie, Rachel Carter he was speaking about. And that she desires to pay the money with English pounds. Not a blood-clad dime you gonna ever get from me, neither my blood-clad sister. That's a promise. You could take that to the bank and cash that. You will surely get paid. Take that to the bank and cash it. You will surely get paid. It's a promise. You will never get a dime. Not a one single English pound from Natalie. Neither my sister. Not a dime. And you can take that promise to the bank and you can cash it out. Dr. Rogers, you can cash that shit out. You will get paid because that's guaranteed. Let's continue. Blessing come in many ways, especially when you have to play course for definition on your mouth. So he thinks that he is getting blessed because my sister have to pay him costs for definition on her mouth. Oh yes, people, don't be fooled. My sister ended up leaving Trinidad and Tobago and she's happily residing in the United States of America. So, not an English pound, not a US dollar. You see how the devil does mess them up, people? Not one English pound he would get off Natalie. Because in England here we got laws. Natalie not breaking no laws. These videos I'm explaining here and sharing for you, this is public knowledge. And no judge haven't told me to shut up and don't talk about what happened to my sister and stuff. No judge haven't told me to shut up. I am only talking what I know, the bit that I know. One day, she will get... One day when she's sorted, she's writing her book right now. So one day she will tell her own story about what went on in the pastor's house. But I am dealing with what went on outside the house, on Facebook house. Because you see all these snaps here? This is from Facebook house, they blew up. I got these on the media, blew up. And I am analyzing this pastor here. We are talking about this pastor, PMI Trinidad. This Jim Jones of PMI Trinidad we are talking about. Let's continue. Let's see what you have to say here. God never said that he would be a friend to your enemies. Have you not read the scriptures? Exodus 23:22. Please tell me, what does this mean? Or am I twisting the scriptures to brainwash you? Disloyalty abounds in the church today. He was basically threatening the members and them now, because some of them was still interacting with my sister. So he was letting them know, everybody need to discommunicate. Well, this one seemed like a long one. Oh my goodness. Oh, they want me to read, people? Or I should just leave that for you to read? Well, I know some of my Trini people, you like dramas. So let me read this. This is some of your ex-members from Vishini. We thought that you started to serve God with spirit and truth, but your action seems to be continuing as the Rogers we know. You continue to have people believing in you by controlling them in fear so that they can show you blind loyalty. But some of us escape that unrighteous way of serving God. However, those who remain, you try to use them against people who left. Hey, Lord, and I was just saying that to y'all people. No, this is not Natalie, eh? This is all you could see to the top here. All you could see, some Lystra Fisher with Dr. Leslie Rogers. So let's continue, people. Right. However, those who remain, you try to use them against people who left. We are free to speak about PMI, Els, both past and present. These women who you have children with, Bernadine, Gemma, Ruth, you hear how much children he have for different women. Let me call them out again for you. I tell you, you see this pastor, you know why he come and cross my path? God bring him in my path for a reason. He messed with my sibling for a reason. Because I was already dealing with these spiritual wickedness. God already had me in training. And I had already warned my sister, this man is fake. And she cussed me. She called me a Jenny ass for this donkey man. In the end, she see who's the Jenny ass. Me feel sorry for she neither, you know. Me feel sorry for my sister neither, people. She get what she blood clad get. She deserved that. Because at the time, she head was hard. She was cussing me, people. Anybody tell that girl at that time about that dirty, filthy pastor of hers, she was cussing people. It's like she was possessed with that a spirit of protecting that pastor. Well, that's why I said, you know, Natalie, just keep it real. She deserved some of the nonsense that she went through with that man as well. All that dragging to court. She deserved some of it. God had to give her a taste so she could understand who this man really was, because my sister was very, very loyal to this man. Loyal in the way that she went against everybody, family, for this man. She was loyal. And in the end, what I see happen to her, that could have break and make her commit suicide. But as I said, because she's strong now, and because she is doing fine, I can say now that she deserves some of that nonsense, because she head was hard. And anybody, that's why I'm doing these videos, to warn other women, because it hurts me when it's women, especially women who have already been through trauma in their young age. And then you come and you go to the church thinking it's a house of God. And you meet these kind of disastrous, traumatic people to deal with. And then you have more trauma on top of the trauma that you was running from. So my mission is to expose these things so that other young ladies do not come up in these things. And my children must not experience these things. If somebody had talked out, if more women had talked out in the past generation, some of us now will be, we wouldn't be going through these things. But from my past generation, the big women and them who was seeing what was going on, many of them could not talk out because their hands was dirty. They was in it as well. Satan cannot destroy Satan's kingdom Evil cannot destroy evil. If you're doing evil and your hand dirty and your friend hand dirty, you can tell on your friend that she hand dirty because your hand dirty too. And that is what was going on in the past generation. All the women before me, my mother, my sister, my in-laws, my ex-mother-in-law, all of them, they were seeing and knowing that filth was going on. Children is sleeping with dog. Children is sleeping with cat. Brothers is sleeping with sisters. But nobody couldn't talk out because everybody's hand was dirty. But as I said, when your hand is not dirty and you know God is on your side, you will talk and you will expose evil. And once you're doing that, you must stay alert because that ever he will send somebody to distract you and it will be your enemy. So you need to stay alert. Let's continue, people, where we reach. So, yes, let's continue where we reach. The young lady, those women who you have children with, Bernadine, that's 1. Gemma, that's 2. Ruth, that's 3. And Josanne, that's 4. Who made, so Josanne, who made 15 children for you. So I think it's all the women together have made 15 children for you. And others that are unborn, you disown almost half of them, leaving them fatherless. What kind of image does that displace for a so-called prophet? If you are a true man of God, why don't you confess to the church the reason for your multiple divorces, whereby you ill-treated those women when they took a stand within their right? You physically abused those women. And those who you had sexual relations with, you used that against their significant other and even their family to control their lives. For example, 3 of your present members, Stephanie, also Hayat, husband. People, this one's sweet. We go have to find this. We go have to go on the real Facebook page. Let's go up on the real page in a minute. We're going to have to find that. That looks sweet. So anyway, it's bacchanal, people. So y'all could read, this is jealousy, cruel as the grave. Fearless and blameless like Joshua, attacking anything that is on the offense. The champion is belligerent and only the brave heart can stand around him. Shame on you people. Squeak, milk-livered like everybody to say good things about your religious false Christian. The majority are afraid to make a bold statement, ha ha ha, because you have cocoa in the sun. You are afraid of the acid rain concerning your character. He's basically talking on the blood clot self. Oh God. Hey, spirituality, I love it, yes. I love studying spiritual thing, people. The spiritual world, it's not easy now. It's better to do the right thing because you know what? When you do the wrong thing, there's a way God... You can't cover your tracks like, you know, the truth stands on its own. People, y'all can go and read some of these things. This is him threatening my sister. Let me read this one for y'all. Sophia Carter facing criminal charges. Today, Sophia Carter had to appear before the court in Tonapuna, where the second round of trial were to be conducted. She's also facing imprisonment or a fine for harassment and defamation. Both Minister Wade Scott and a former Special Branch police officer, together with his wife, have been seeking legal justice. You see, they get other people to go and fight the person. We are so used. Well, I'm so used to these people. There is many people who come out with these stories and they go through these exact things. You can do your homework and do your research on it. You know, you can do your research on it. Many people, especially females, there's males as well. And many of them, especially a lot of them come out running from African stuff and they come out telling their story about these fakers, pastors. And they have to run for their life, people, because these fake pastors and them, some of them, they have connection in the police force and they got connection in the voodoo. They got different connection, different ways. And they can very much intimidate the people and stuff, yes? So people just go running and stuff. And sometimes they can hit you about 5 charges as well. Another technique they just use. When you talk and stuff, they're trying to wear you out. They can hit you about 5 charges because they can get a corrupt police officer to hit you about 5 different charges. And they can make you have the 5 charges on the same bloody day. You could be, you know, have to show up in court on the same day at 3 different courthouses. Now, if you don't have a lawyer to stand up for you and stuff, you're going to end up making a jail. Because they're going to make it look like if you ain't show up to court that time, you can be in 3 places at the same time. But the judge, the corruption, especially in countries like Trinidad and stuff, is so much corruption. They will put you in jail for stuff like that. You understand? Because these people, it's high-class corruption. It's so much to tell y'all. Today, Sophia Randa-Carter had to appear before the court of Tonopuna, where the second round of trial were to be conducted. She's also facing imprisonment or fine for harassment and defamation. Both Minister Wade Scott and former Special Branch Police, together with his wife, will be seeking legal justice. The trial will continue at the next hearing. At the same time, today, 18th of July 2018, her accomplice, Kendrick Pudom, died. The man, they bombed. He had a good job, you know. He was doing a good job working for WASA. So I thought, because that man was in such a good position, job and stuff, I thought, they couldn't do that to the man. Well, it's Trinidad, yes. Trinidad and corruption. They bombed the man's house. As to what, let the man know. You see how some of these men and them just bring trouble home for the wife? Because the man had the wife home. But you leave your wife home, going to church. Some of them, they picking up the tree. Be careful where your husband and where your wife go into church. Because some of the trouble coming from the damn church. Because the Pudom man, went to church, and that is where he met Diana Jezebel. I go call Diana Jezebel. That's where he met Jezebel, in the church, because he had the wife home. So let me change Diana name. She real name is Diana. The people who know the story know the story. She real name is Blood Clot Diana, but I will call her Jezebel. We're changing her name from here forward. Yes, she was a pretty nice young girl, so we're not blaming Diana at all. Diana was naive. Pretty nice girl. That's why Pastor and put her wanted she. I hope she know to wake up as well. She was a pretty young girl. Naive. Otherwise, she'd just see what coming to she. But she was naive. And I think she wanted the pastor. That's what I think. I think she wanted to be pastor, so she would end up being first lady. You know how some of them young girls, they like the pastors, so they could be first lady. They don't know they would be drinking some good blood. And snakes have to come and sleep with them in the night and stuff. They don't know that's what some of them first ladies just go through. You all need to go and do all the homework. Go on YouTube. Some of them first lady confess what is going on. Some of them, the firstborn child dying and all kind of thing, people. Some of them, all the children just be dead. Some of them pastors, all they don't know. Right now, there's a case trending on social media with these 2 pastors who just recently, they was dancing all over the place naked. Allegedly, it is alleged that they've been serving God and God just killed 3 of their children. It is alleged. Or 2 of their children. God just wiped out the children just like that. It is alleged. So it is alleged that they have turned the church now into a farm. But people, let me analyze that for you. I don't see that story and I analyze it. Witchcraft to the 9th power. Witchcraft to the 9th power. Rituals and sacrifice. That's what went on there. God didn't do none of it. God just sit back and look at them and watch them make their rituals and the covenants. And then God relax and sit back and he allowed the devil to get the prize. Because they went and they made their conscious agreement and covenants with the altars. And then we see the manifestation of the nonsense right here upon the earth. And you see people dying and stuff mysteriously and untimely. It is just a manifestation of what they already done spiritually, people. Witchcraft to the 9th power. If all you see me just died mysteriously, just like that and stuff, all you must know is witchcraft to the 9th blood clot power. Yes. All you must know. It ain't gonna happen just like that. So yes, so he getting all the people to join up and go. Let's see what you have to say here. Another threat again to, oh my God, imprisonment Let me read, people. Read this. We go stop this video in a minute. The Terrible Three faces imprisonment due to pay lump sum and huge fine. Kendrick Pudom, Sophia Carter, Miss Stephanie Arson, formerly Stephanie. So he's calling the girl name Stephanie Arson. But he's also letting people know that formerly she was named Stephanie Singh, something Singh. You see how wicked they are? Lord. But when people like me, or people like my sister, mention his name and tell the people what's going on, you want to sue people for defamation. But look how he calling all this girl name over here, so. And Mr. Pudom name as well. Where the three persons were who created a stir and uproar among the gullible community of the Caribbean. The Society of Trinidad and Tobago, surprisingly, by those who have degrees from UWIA and above, are all jealous. They are all jealous of him? Oh my God. You see how the devil does have these people? The devil does give them some ego that does make them look like tun-tun. But some people just blind. But he who have eyes will see. Let's continue. Pastors and churches dancing with glee to the tune. Aha, aha. The Terrible Three blaspheme the Holy Spirit, is it? Hey, since when use the Holy Spirit? What the ras going on here? Oi. So the Terrible Three blaspheme the Holy Spirit and tried to wipe out the name of Dr. Leslie D.J. Rogers and PMI from the face of the earth by posting devious lies, all manner of evil reports on the social media and the Sunshine Tabloid on a non-stop basis. He, Dr. Rogers and PMI, has been winning all matters overwhelmingly in the court of law and justice. People, hey, people, he didn't get a penny. That win is just in black and white on a piece of newspaper, people. That is as far as it goes. He cannot take that newspaper to the bank and cash it. People, he didn't get a penny. My sister didn't have a blood clot penny, people. That is the truth. God is my witness. People, God is my witness. My sister didn't have a blood clot penny. Yes. The little pennies she have was just enough for maybe to pay she rent and eat some food. That's about it. I ain't lying to tell you. My family was not a rich family. They was rich before the Obia. But after the Obia, I told you all, we lost duck, chicken, goat, hat, rat, cat. Every damn thing went with the Obia. I tell all you the truth. So we didn't come from wealth. Obia eat all the wealth. The land gets sold. Everything gets vanished after the Obia. So my sister didn't pay he one dime. So I don't know what this man talking about. He say he been winning all matters overwhelmingly, and he put overwhelmingly. Let me pull it up for you. Careful. Watch it. Read, good people. Read. Only read. He been winning all the matters overwhelmingly in the court of law and justice. That's not true, people. He win, yeah. He win. But the court didn't give him no money. The money is only on the Trinidad newspaper. That's where the money is, people. I'll go show you where the money is. This is another post. Y'all can press pause. I'm pulling it up so y'all can see. Because I'm going to put this video to an end and then we continue on part 3. So y'all can press pause on all your own stuff and y'all can read. Y'all can go up on the Prophetic Mission Secretary pages. People who know how to do their homework and investigate if you need extra facts. If you're connected to the organization, you want more proof, you can go up and find your proof. You know, God says study to show yourself approved. This is another one where he was basically on his page. And basically, you know, making fun of, threatening the people who, to shut their mouth. The ones who was going to court and standing their ground and trying to do the right thing. That's Stephanie Arson girl. I said I would have tell you who she was. He was raising that girl to be a prophetess. She was like a prophetess in his church. But the mistake she made was to prophesy and tell him what he was doing. Bacchanal. When she see what he was doing, physically and spiritually, and she opened her mouth, that is when her problem started. And I don't know much about that girl, so I'm not going to go into business. All I know, she was from the stories that I was talking and communicating back then with them, because I'm not in communication with these people right now. Right now, I'm just, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm like a sniper. I'm just doing my assignments. I understand my spiritual assignment, and I'm just getting that shit done. So right now, I'm not in communication with these people, but at the time when I was in communication with my sister and with these people, what I did learn is that Stephanie girl, the Pudom though, the Pudom was a nice guy as well, even though he was cheating on the wife. He was a nice person. The Stephanie girl, she was, trying to be a child of God, doing the right thing and stuff. That's why she got in problems, because she saw the wizard of a pastor for who he was. She saw him for who he was. So, and I think she even confronted him nice and decent. She didn't go telling everybody and stuff. So I think she confronted him nice and decent and stuff. But, he wasn't having none of it. Yep. He wasn't having none of it. He wanted she to be a devil like him. And because the girl refused, it was sad. Because, she seemed like, that Stephanie girl seemed like she was really for God. I hope she have not changed. And I hope she have continued being for God. Because that was just a test. I hope you pass that test and continue your journey. So this is Pastor Boy here, doctor. Oh yes, people. When my sister was telling me the man is a doctor, I said, darling, listen, we're living in the UK. And a lot of these African people and stuff, they call themselves doctor this, doctor that, doctor the other. They buy that papers. That paper, that certificate, what's saying it's doctor and they're teacher and doctor. A lot of them love the doctor. A lot of them fake prophet, fake pastors. Them fake mother pastors, yeah, fake ones. A lot of them, they have a doctor in front of their name. But a lot of them never went to doctor school. They never went to no damn school to get a doctorate. That doctorate come from a shrine. A shrine, people, a shrine. Shrine, shrine, shrine. Obia house, witch doctor house. That's where it comes from. And they pay X amount of money to get these certificates, people. Time we wake up 2023. God had enough of we now. We too sleeping. We need to wake up and stop letting these idiots fool us. Especially when they expose themselves all over the Facebook and the media. It's like, can't we read? Can't we comprehend? What's going on? Let's continue. This is the so-called pastor again on the altar. On the altar. After he done step on the damn, stand up on the Bible and stuff. Now he is on the altar. Now, let's see where we reach now. We done that. It's so much. I had so much, and all of this I got it on his wall, people. On his wall. On his wall. You can go there and do the same. All this information I have, this is all where he was threatening the girls. This is where he was threatening all the girls, and them was being threatened, including my sibling. Because they spoke out. But you know me, I stand for women, I stand for children, I stand for the damn truth. So we will expose. We will expose it. We will continue to expose it. I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to end this video here. It's so much things I have to do concerning these spiritual matters. This matter, the reason I had was to leave it on the back burner because I had bigger sharks to deal with. I had was to deal with the bigger sharks, the ones what almost took my life. I was to deal with them first. But I didn't forget this matter. And the Spirit of the Almighty, now is the perfect time. God said now is the perfect time for it. So, we're going to be back with part 3 of how do you... We're going to listen to the confession of the pastor, part 3. And I think I have given you all quite a lot of information, but in one of the parts, I will go on this guy's wall. Let me see if I can do it now, people. Let's see if we can do that now, quickly. Let's see if we can do that now, quickly. Go up on the wall. And I'll have to come off airplane mode, but I hope somebody don't phone me. And let's see if we can go up on Facebook. And let's see if we can go up on Facebook and go up on the man's wall. So this is Facebook here, people. Facebook. Come on. So you can see, you see the sheeps? All the sheeps and them in there? You see the sheeps? When they don't feed your ass up. That's why most of the time people, this is why a lot of time you go to church, you always feel very sleepy. I'm sure many of you could confess to that. Going to church, and as soon as you get in there and you sit down, and all of a sudden you start feel very, 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 very sleepy. It's because of these witchcraft pastors and stuff. You understand? So let's pull up some stuff. As I said, this is the Me People wall, as you all can see. This is this wall. This is Natalie here. When I was dealing with him, this was back 3 years ago. And this is me trying to wake up the people. I was sending them Pastor Kevin L.A. Ewing so they can see the difference between a real man of God and how they preach and a fake man of God. This man called himself Doctor. Doctor, yeah, this pastor here call himself Doctor. Sometimes people, we are in a mess. These are the type of people that you all are following. Doctor. Doctor paid for his stuff. Well, look at what Doctor is putting up here. Look at what Doctor is putting on his wall. You tell me, this is does this sound like an educated doctor to y'all? Listen what this doctor put up here. Disclaimer. The public is hereby advised that Sophia Rhonda Carter and Stephanie Hananine Singh are no longer associated with the name Prophetic Mission International PMI and are not authorized to do any business or collect any funds on our behalf. Amen. Amen. Well done, Sophia and Stephanie. Well done. Praise the Lord. If only y'all had known that God was breaking y'all chains off of y'all. I hope y'all did know. Yes, God was setting you all free. You see, sometimes God has been helping us and doing stuff for us and we does not even know. Now, let's check the comments. Well, of course, Natalie was blazing him out. Natalie was blazing him out. This was, I believe, someone of his children that he was denying. And the child produced the birth certificate. Yes, one of the child produced a birth certificate. This name looked familiar. Bernadine Soburu. I think I read that name. That name sounds familiar. Yes. Of course, he was denying the child. So they pull up the birth paper. Lucky name here. Father's name. His occupation, hospital attendant. Yes, Trinidad and Tobago, you see? We just deal with facts. We're dealing with facts. The person pull up the certificate to show that he is a father, yes? What he asks is this. Let me see if they're two different Trinidad or the same person. You know, based Trinidad, we like tobacco. So the given name was Darius there. Darius. And this one, oh, Judah. What the answer is this? That's two different people. So they see like he denied the two children, so they had was to pull up with paper to show. What the answer is this, people? I think this is somebody he was marrying here. Because this person was already married. One of these couples was already married to somebody else. But if somebody else started waking up and the eyes started popping open and seeing what the hell going on before them. So the person tried to tell the partner what the hell going on. But the partner was too close to the pastor. So the partner the pastor tell the partner, listen, that's a Jezebel. Get rid of she. Get rid of she and get another wife. Hey, that's what going on there. That is what goes on in the cult, people. This is what goes on in the cult, people. This is what the kind of thing that goes on in cults. This is what you would see. If your pastor is a cult master, these are the things you're going to see. Now, if you have a good pastor now, and he really working for God, and he believes that your union and your marriage is of God, what will he do? It will be the opposite of telling you to go and marry another woman. He will instead try to counsel you. They will try to counsel the both of you to keep the marriage together. That is if it is a man of God. But when it's the opposite, when it's the devil, they glorify the devil by doing everything that is the opposite of what God wants us to do. So if God loves marriage, they will encourage divorce. You understand? God say the father shouldn't sleep with the daughter, the devil will encourage the father to sleep with the daughter. So that's why when he gives them the different portions and the charms and stuff, that is why these things happen. And these people and them, they think they can outsmart the devil. But the devil is smarter than them. Because when they go down to Africa and Ghana and Nigeria, in that dark, dark room, in the back of nowhere, and they have you in a compromising situation, and you are feared for your life, you will drink that blood clot cup of blood they give you. You will drink it when they have your ass in a dark room at midnight, and none of your family there, and you're scared for your life, and you go in there for riches and gold. They bring you a cup of blood, you will drink it. They bring you a baby and tell you kill that child, you will kill it. Like we have heard in the video we was listening, part 1, where that pastor, he had to skin a cat alive. He did it. He did it. Because he was scared. He's far away from home. So they take you far away from home, where they can project and inject fear in you. And once you have fear in you, that's how the devil can operate. Once you have fear in you, the devil can operate. Very easy. The less fear you have, the stronger you is, the better for you. Not for the devil. It's horrible for the devil, but it's good for you when you is fearless. But you can only be fearless when you're walking with God. If you're not walking with God, you can be fearless. You'll be scared of the devil. That's why Natalie is not scared of no devil. Because she know who she walking with. I don't give a shit what nobody says. She mad, she crazy, she's this, she's that. I don't give a damn. I am doing my father's job. I understand my assignment and I'm executing my assignment. That's what I'm doing. I understand my spiritual assignment and I'm executing that baby. And my videos, as I said, we all know the videos not too professional. But we're getting it done. We're getting it done. So as we can see, let's show off. He likes to show off. He wants to show you all the crowd of people, the amount of people he has bewitched. Because he need to show when he go to Nigeria and Ghana, he need to show the cult masters who he getting the charms from, the amount of people he got to bewitch. He need evidence to show them, yes, I have a church. Look at how many members I have. X amount of hundreds of members. You understand? So then these people would see, well, right, you got something to give. We interested in you. So y'all can go and read all these things I'm pulling up here. Y'all can go read them in your own time and y'all will see what I'm talking about. You will see by their fruits. God said by their fruits you will know them. Demand fruits. It's all over. Threats, gag order. He's saying an official gag order. Official gag order. I didn't know we have official gag order. Gag order. Look again, people. I put it up. All who like to spy, or you can go and scroll along and pull it up on your own thing. And read. Read it. You can go and do all your own research and see the people who are connected to this establishment. PMI Trinidad. You can do your homework. Examine the fruits. Do your homework. Examine the fruits. I don't want to be too long on this topic with this Dr. Evil. I have called him Dr. Evil. I don't want to be on this topic for too long, but my spirit, the spirit within me, wanted me to drop these little nuggets out and Keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. It is all part of what I am doing. And I was somehow entangled in this situation. So, you know, I'm going to drop the bits, the nuggets, and we're going to keep it moving. I personally don't want to be too long on this person, you know, but this is not personal. This is, I'm just, as I said, executing my spiritual assignment. We're getting it done. Okay, people. Okay. So where are we now? Yeah. So we're gonna put this video on an end, and I shall see you all again in part 3. People, have a blessed day, pleasant day. God bless you all. I hope that in the video there was, you know, enough messages in the video to open many people's eyes. If we save 1 person, 2 person, 3 person, we get you thinking, get your eyes open. You don't have to go through what I went through, what my siblings went through, what my ex-partner went through, people that I know who are close to me. You know, I know many people who are suffering from these stuff, and I think if we had knowledge as a people, many of us would have been, you know, we wouldn't have got, many of us would have get licks, we would have been alert, we would have been aware, you know, but because we did not have knowledge, it all went wrong. So God bless you all. Stay blessed. We will be back in part 3. Trada. Bye, my people. Bye. God bless.